My name is Fatima Uddin. I'm 38 years old and I've been trying to conceive now for approximately 3 years. I think the worst moments were actually this year, after taking all the injections and doing all the hormone treatment for about 4 to 5 weeks, that the doctor actually wanted to stop the treatment because she found out that there was something wrong with myself, or I had issues, and that was stopping the treatment from working. And I think at that point she just said, I think that we should just stop and come back. And that was really difficult because at that point I thought that everything was okay. Of all the tests that I've had done over the last 2.5, 3 years, there was not one indication that there was anything going on that would hinder me from getting pregnant. And just to hear it out like that, it wasn't great, and I did have a bit of a breakdown, and it just really hurt and broke me because I thought, are you telling me that we're not going to get pregnant, or we're not going to be parents? Because right now I'm not ready to hear anything like that. When I first got the news in June that there were issues with myself, the doctor, as great as she was just flipping through our file, and then she said, "Oh, okay, yeah, if we stop, you only get one go on the NHS." And we were so shocked because we were saying, "Wait a minute, we've been doing this for how many years? Like, no one has told us. We've been with this particular hospital for months now, and we didn't know it was only one go." And she told me that at the same time that she told me the other bad news, and I just thought that, this can't be happening. And that's where you see like postcode lottery does come into it, because where we live in the area is actually going to hinder us for how many goes that we have on the NHS. I'd like to think that we could try privately funding, because and it scares me how much money it is, but you can't, put a price on this. It is something that I would definitely consider. I wouldn't rule it out. If it's something that we both want and we want it that badly, then I would try it, yeah. If our treatment isn't successful, then I would want to look at adopting. I've always wanted to adopt, even if I could get pregnant, but I think that it's something that we're both going to have to sit down, like me and my partner are going to have to sit down and discuss it, because whereas I'm quite open about adopting a child from anywhere in the world, it's a bit more difficult for him to grasp. With my background and my culture, I don't know a lot of people from the same background as me that actually have been through any fertility problems. When I was growing up, I did hear stories where if there was ever any couples that couldn't get pregnant, there was always a problem with the woman, or, she's doing something wrong. But that's more of a cultural thing. People can be very ignorant to this, and they don't see that there is treatment and everything out there. But I wouldn't say that I know as much about it. I don't think that I know anyone else from my background that actually has fertility problems. So it's not even anything I would even know where to look into. It's difficult to talk about it with friends, because I think that between me and my husband, it can be quite difficult, because I think that I need to talk about it a lot more. I need to go through the what ifs. What if something doesn't happen? What are we going to do? What's our next step? Do we have a next step? But he's a lot more closed. He's more of an internal guy, and he doesn't talk about it as much as I do. But I think that we've come to the point where if I need to talk about it, then I'll just say to him that, I need to kind of talk about this today, or whenever, can we make some time? So he's amazing anyway. He's a really great guy, and if there's anything that I do need to talk about, he's definitely there to listen. You see all my friends are having children and having babies, which is absolutely fantastic, and I love that. But I think when they know that there's fertility issues with me and my husband, that they kind of don't want to get into too in depth about their own pregnancies or getting pregnant or anything like that. And I just think, don't do that with us. Don't, kind of put us to the side. We're happy for everybody. They're getting pregnant and they're starting families. That's absolutely fantastic. But I think it's come to the point where I just don't talk about it. And if people do ask, and there's so many questions, right now my best answer is I've just put it on hold.